Hello my belovable explorer mates. So today we'll be doing, like I said last year since Poland, a little something different from both SMG4 reactions and unboxings I did. And today we'll be doing a little vlog here in Iceland. So we'll be going to some places around the country, which will be interesting and fun at the same time. So stay tuned for the rest of the vlog. So right now we're here in the car. As you can see, we have my friend Hadi driving over here, while behind are my brothers Mahmoud and Qasim and Hassan. You can't see Hassan and because the jacket is just covering him and stuff. So we're on our way to those tourist attractions and you'll see how big and important these ones are here in Iceland. As you can see here, yes, appreciate the Icelandic nature in this vehicle as we're seeing. Look how beautiful this mountain is as we are on our way to our destination, which is one of the most known tourist attractions here in Iceland. Well, we've arrived at a park here, but I know it's kind of rainy right now because it's raining. But as you can see, at least there is a lot of mountains here, but at least I could spot my friends and family here too. But I know this is definitely very known here for some tourists here in Iceland. Well, at least we're almost here at the top, but we're not really exactly at the top. But I know there's a lot of tourists here. As you can see, but look at this view here. You can see the cathedral here. I know there's also a graveyard as well. But look at all the lakes here as well. I know there's also parking lots, but look at how beautiful Iceland is throughout this amazing view. Well, at least we made it to the top. Well, we're almost at the top, but you can see there's a bunch of tourists here. And it's a lot of people here as well, coming in and take pictures and stuff. You can see how in front of me here, it's also crowded as well with a lot of tourists here, especially here in the back, because at least you can see why Iceland is definitely mostly filled with tourists than locals. At least we're all here at a gift store here in So as you can see here, look, there's a say-so here is a bunch of keychains and a lot of pics. I think this is definitely what tourists will take as a souvenir for memories. And of course we got also a lot of Christmas related stuff. I know it's not Christmas yet, I know. And you can see there's also ice cream. You know I love ice cream, it's one of my favorite desserts. And a lot of stuff here, like clothes and stuff for a lot of Icelanders for enjoying and stuff. Well, at least we made it to the top. But look at the view here. So beautiful, you definitely have to enjoy this. Because I can show you the other view of this fully without me showing it. Look. Look how beautiful this is. Such a view in sight here in Iceland. So right now we're already going down after we arrived at the top, but at least I got my dad right here next to me, which is definitely something I didn't expect. So it's very awesome to enjoy this park here in Iceland. It's definitely a good thing. You could definitely see a beautiful place like this in a while. Well, we are in another part here from the same park. As you definitely want to see, I know there's my mom's here, Qasim's here, Hassan's here, and I have a friend here behind me. Look at this waterfall here, ladies and gentlemen. Look how beautiful the water's flowing around. It's such a beautiful sight to see. Well, look at this, ladies and gents. Waterfall into the lake. And you especially can see mountains as well. It's so beautiful, you definitely want to enjoy this every once in a while, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the little cathedral I showed you all earlier here in this vlog? There it is, nearby us. At least we're making some progress in walking around it or making sure it's inside it. So we're gonna go to another location so I can definitely show you how it is here in Iceland. So make sure you guys tune into that as well, since we already did this whole tour in this park and all that stuff. So right now we're in Kenneth, which is definitely the place where there's a massive crater here. So there's definitely a big crater out here, and you'll definitely find out soon. You'll see it when I show it to you. Now this is the crater, boys and girls. Look how massive this fucking thing is. Holy shit. Man, now this is a beauty and sight you definitely see here in Iceland. And of course, well, at least I got Mahmoud as well and my mom. Next to us is an Icelandic flag, by the way, after this geyser and all that stuff. Well, this right here is another view of the crater, for anyone wondering. You thought it was gonna be one angle, but there's just more than that. My goodness, how beautiful this thing is. Especially if you zoom it in here as well. But here in this faraway view is much more beautiful. Well, at least we can see the crater here. Well, right behind me is my mom, by the way. But at least you got the view as well from behind me. But if you want to see the view in front, there it is. That's another angle. It's so beautiful that you definitely can't wait to see how beautiful this thing is. Well, at least we made it to the bottom of the crater. Look how big it is. Like, the sun shining here, the water all around it. It's definitely a beautiful sight to see here. This is definitely one of the best known craters. But at least it's a massive lake as well here in Iceland. Such an interesting view to see. Now to our last stop, that it's really gonna be a waterfall, or maybe two, I don't know. But then after that, we can just go home and rest up, since I'm getting too exhausted from all this walking and all that stuff. So right now here, we are near a waterfall, and you better take a look at how beautiful this thing is. Look at how amazing it looks. And look at the rainbow as well. This waterfall is one of the most beautiful waterfalls here in Iceland. So at least we made it very close to the waterfall, ladies and gentlemen. At least on one side it looks like it's steamy, but I know there's a lot of water falling. But here, this view right here is a work of art, in all honesty. So here's another angle of this waterfall that I'm about to show you, since we're in another side of the waterfall that I'm gonna show. Look at this. You can see there's a lot of water falling around as well. Look how beautiful this is, especially with the amount of tourists walking around to see the falls. Such a beauty. I know I didn't record the way to here, but look at how beautiful this waterfall is. Look at that. So I heard you could definitely walk behind the waterfall, but there is always a suggestion that you definitely need a poncho for this as well, since you don't want to get yourself wet. So this is definitely why people need to wear a poncho, and I tell you why, and that's why I got a hood as well. Look at all that water flowing down, and look how long it flows right into the screen, into the camera as well. It's very risky, but at least it's a beauty and sight you definitely see here in Iceland more than anyone else, ladies and gentlemen. My God, it feels like if it's an Amazon rainforest because there's a lot of water falling, ladies and gents. This is definitely one of the best waterfalls you definitely see in Iceland. And you'll wonder why I'm wearing a hood and so I'm wearing ponchos because this is definitely what I mean by protection from this. So at least what I said, so at least in these two waterfalls, they do not splash water at you unlike the previous one. But at least you don't need protection when you see them, which is definitely a plus. So here's another part that I already showed you the other waterfalls. But this waterfall is from inside a cave. If you are inside it, you're definitely gonna get wet in seconds. And possibly you could drop your phone or some cameras you have, so you gotta be careful on this area. You know, I guess after all this vlogging spree I did, you know what, now it's time to go home, relax, and sleep it off for the night. What an experience that is, you know. But at least on the positive side, I got my little brother with me. Such a nice experience. And in front of me is Hassan as well, so... Hassan.
Hi guys.
Well, looks like I'm back home now after a long hectic trip all over Iceland and stuff like this, which is, I know there was a lot of people who also visited. But hey, at least I'm here, so thank you all for tuning into this vlog. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to join the Explodamites. If you guys want more vlogs like these in the near future, comment down below. So with that, as always, have an awesome sauce day, my belovable Explodamites.